It says we're live. This is Late Night Parents. Ted Hicks. Ways to follow the show, latenightparents.com. We got Tony D. And we got JoJo, Mr. B. I'm here so I don't get fined. So we have the random multi-broadcaster. And we have Beast Mode's little boy.
Yeah.
Before we even get started, rest in peace to Mike Williams.
Yo, I'm seeing he's on life support.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he's on life support.
That's what I saw.
He's not passed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't trust social media. That's the key here.
Yeah.
Don't ever trust social media unless you hear from the family.
Yeah. The lead singer of Smash Mouth passed away.
Yes, he did. Steve Harwell, I think his name was.
Yes. So once again, in production, we were talking about Buc-ee's. I've never seen or heard of Buc-ee's. What are you guys talking about?
Go, JoJo. I'll finish it.
Yo, Buc-ee's is like this mythical dragon. It's like, you know how we talk about Nikola Jokic and he's like the mystical unicorn? That's what Buc-ee's is. Buc-ee's is exactly that. Buc-ee's is like it's a gas station / I don't know, Costco type BJ's supermarket restaurant type thing. Man, you could buy hot food up in there, man.
Yo.
Wow.
Why'd you say it's mystical?
It is. It's like, yo, you barely hear a complaint about a Buc-ee's. You never hear of overcrowded in a Buc-ee's. Like, oh,
no, you don't.
Yo, the line is taking too long for gas. No. You go in there, it's too long to buy something. No. They stock up stuff. They keep things fresh. And I'm like, yo, how? Like, what is this place?
And you have not had a beef brisket till you've had one from Buc-ee's. Let me tell you something right now. They got me with the beef briskets, dog. They got me with the beef briskets. Beef is an endangered species on this planet. Let's just hang this up.
Tone, before we go any further, what's on the menu tonight?
I'm actually eating crystals. As much as I talk bad about crystals, let me be clear. I'm in the drive-thru. I look at the menu. All right, I'll grab a crystal chick. I'll grab this. I'll grab that. Why they got freezes? Like Taco Bell got the Baja Blast Mountain Dew freeze. Everybody else got a Coca-Cola freeze. Crystals has an icy freeze. I'm not ready for this. The Italian icy freeze. I'm like, yeah, it's time. It's time. They didn't reel me. People know how to find ways to make you spend money. People know how to find ways how to make you spend money. I don't know what to do. So right now, I'm just chilling with 2 spicy crystal chicks, a couple bacon cheeseburgers and some fries, and a large root beer. God save the queen.
Okay.
Man.
Hey, big shout out to Brian, who's not here.
Big Brian.
But he's here in spirit. Did you guys have any bets on tonight's game?
Negative. Now, tonight's game, if I may, you notice, I've said this before, they always take out the number 1 player at the beginning of the season. Number 1 player in the NFL.
Yeah.
The man that was injured.
So wait, was this the script? Was this the NFL script?
I don't know if it's the NFL script, but I've been seeing the patterns since Michael Vick and Tom Brady have gone down.
Damn.
Let's be clear. Any challenges?
Yeah. Cause I think we would have had a whole different game, man. If that
I drafted him early in one of the leagues that I'm in. He hyperextended his knee 2 days ago. I said, I can't win to lose with DJ.
I said, Jesus. I said,
that's
no.
just the deal.
I said, no, Kelsey. I said, yo, Mahomes is my QB out here. Fantasy. I said, my boy got to pick up. When I seen what Detroit was doing defense-wise, I said, what in the world is happening?
You saw the schemes. You saw the schemes. You take away Kelsey.
Change the whole offense.
Yeah. No Kelsey, no Schuster for a late minute pickup on you know what I mean? A late minute drive or something like that. Nope.
Mm-hmm.
You got Scanting. Scanting's good, but he ain't pick up
Oh,
yards.
Paul Scantlin? He
Yeah.
got some numbers tonight.
Not much. Not much. What'd he do? I think he was like under 60 yards.
What's up, Sadie?
Crazy.
Katie, how you doing?
He was like 40 something. I think, yeah, he was about like 40 something yards. He ain't do much.
He hasn't done much since he left Green Bay, in my opinion.
Uh,
Decent target, decent threat, decent
Yeah.
distraction. No disrespect to his playing, but
yeah.
Green Bay, he just out there.
Yeah.
What do you think happens with Mike Evans after a game like tonight? Do you think Mike Evans gets traded before this weekend, or do you think he gets his contract negotiated?
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans set a deadline. Either at the start of the season, I get my new contract, or I'm going to be playing for a new team in 2024. So I see both of you, after a situation like this tonight, if you're the Chiefs front office and you see Evans out there, if you're the Chiefs, you're the Jets, you're one of those teams that's a fringe team, do you go out there and make trade like Evans?
Go ahead,
I'll
Joe.
leave that question to the football aficionados of Belt Kings fantasy football.
If you're looking at, and I think we mentioned this when we was talking about Kelsey and, you know, what you're going to do with that money moving forward, because, you know, Kelsey got only a couple, you know what I mean, some years left. You need a second option. Option. If Kelsey's not there, this is what you learn. Whether, you know, it's scripted or, you know what I mean, it's not. You got to look at that second option. Who's your strongest second option out there?
Right.
Yo. And Evans was balling. You know what I mean? Evans was balling strong under Brady. We seen Evans show up in game. So, you know, Kansas City should look and say, hey, we can offer you something. Let's pick up.
Right.
Let's get you. But for a quick pickup as well, there's a guy that's not out here playing right now. He goes by the name of KUPP, I think, who's kind of out right now. And they're gonna be questioning some secondary options on that team between Higbee and what's the other boy's name, man? I forgot that dude's name.
Cam Akers.
Who?
Cam Akers.
No. What was it? I forgot his name, man. It starts with a J. As a secondary. What's his name? I think it's Jackson or something like that. I forget the name. Yeah, he's in the Chargers. Not the Chargers.
The Rams.
The Rams, yeah. Yeah.
You got Alaric Jackson? No, he's a tackle.
No. I think it's V. V. It starts with a V. First name starts with a V.
And I got so many people running through my head. We got Cam Akers running back too. Royce Freeman, Van Jefferson.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah. And you're gonna be sitting there squaring between those two as far as a prime option now that there's no cut. You got some. There'll be a couple issues that's gonna be going on, and if you want a quick pickup, there'll be a couple teams that might be fishing for that boy.
People are fishing Mike Evans. It's gonna be who they trade for. The Rams, they're gonna have to trade draft picks. I don't think anybody's gonna take anybody unless it's the main names, because the Rams kind of been decimated since they went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Rams choice was last year.
Yeah, that's right.
Mike Evans one of the top receivers in the NFL. Dan sure one of the top receivers on the Bucs, period. They're going to demand top dollar off a player like him for what he's done for them.
Yeah.
Kansas City can give him some, but what are they going to trade?
And he wants security.
So I'll throw this bananas craziness scenario out there. Mike Evans for Travis Kelce. Kelce recovers all season. They got tight ends. They don't need no more wide receivers. Mike Evans can play. But Kansas City don't need no wide receivers either. So as we dig deeper, they're going to have to give up a draft pick.
Yeah.
Kansas City, they don't even need to draft nobody no more. Right now, it's looking like they're going to have to draft a tight end soon.
Yep.
Everybody else they got.
Yep.
Matter of fact, they got so many people. Them boys ain't even getting the ball. They got so many people.
Yeah. Very true. Very true.
Mike Evans, where could he go? I don't. Minnesota or Green Bay?
Ooh.
Minnesota for Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, Baker Mayfield. Playoff? I ain't gonna say Super Bowl yet, but playoff.
Playoff.
Mike Evans, Kirk Cousins.
I can see that. I can see playoff bound. Yeah.
Both squads.
Kirk Cousins is a nut. He
got close last year. Oh my God.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
He got close last year. He 1,000.
Yeah.
Y'all can excuse me for eating on camera. I just got the hell off work. Some of y'all sitting home all day in front of a computer being lazy, won't even use the bathroom or change your clothes. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
But it's true though, man. Kirk
So
Cousins.
let's talk hard about this. Mike Evans wants to go. Who can pick him up?
Yeah.
Run through the whole NFL. The Giants, they could do something.
Mm-hmm.
Patriots, it won't be top dollar. Dolphins won't do.
So wait, is Justin Jefferson upset about his current contract situation?
I don't think he is because he's still young. But if you were to make a trade, you want somebody young and energetic to trade for.
Yeah.
And a very fair trade for Tampa Bay, in my opinion. And I've been throwing the Vikings out for a minute because I see a lot with the Vikings. Like I said, they did real good last year. And they got serious potential. They got playoff potential.
Yeah.
Okay. And if they get in the playoffs and they do the right thing, I think they Super Bowl bound. And I'll say it again because I still wanted Deshaun Watson to go up there. They would have been to the Super Bowl. I would have been bandwagon in that season. Had Deshaun Watson gone up there instead of going to Cleveland, they would have been a Super Bowl contender to me. They would have been a Super Bowl contender to me.
True that.
And I'm going to stick with it for that season and for that time frame. Right now, say Mike Evans goes, they're going to want top dollar. They're going to want somebody good. Justin Jefferson's the number one receiver in the league.
I could never see the Vikings trading Justin Jefferson. You got so many good years out of them coming.
Yeah.
But where are they going? Are they going to see the Super Bowl?
True.
They ain't seen the Super Bowl since 98.
I mean, I think the key thing is not with Kirk Cousins. I don't think I think Kirk Cousins, this is his last year.
Well, here's what's crazy. He got close last year.
Yeah.
He got very close last year. They was a good team last year.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
They were a great team.
Weren't they like pretenders? Weren't they pretenders last year?
They were playoff contenders.
Yeah.
They did lose out, but they won a great, they had a great season. Them and Detroit.
Pretenders, you saying?
Yeah, you saying
pretenders.
Nah, they're contenders.
Contenders.
Those dudes were balling. Kirk Cousins was showing he got it. He got it. Yeah, man.
He's getting paid. He's getting paid like he should have it.
Well, he's already made the money to have it. Now he just got to get it. Now he done made $60 million. He ain't seen the playoffs for real.
Helen, how you doing?
Tough. What's up, Helen?
I ain't mad at Kirk Cousins. Now you want to give him a squad to deliver with. Because he's right there to get in. He's right there to see the postseason. That's all he's got to do right now, see the postseason. The minute he see the postseason, I bet he get a contract with somebody else.
And we used to give him crap in Washington, and look at him now, man.
I remember that 1 year before he signed with Washington. No, after he left Washington and before he signed with Minnesota, he was touring with the Jets. but it was like, 35 mil a season, or it was some crazy number.
His money's been bananas since he's gotten in. He's made $60 million already.
Yup.
He made $60 million already. All they got to do is give him a squad, and he got a squad in Minnesota.
What's up, player? What's up, Young Bleed?
Hey West, what's good, bro?
Hey West.
Yeah, man. And his teammates, man, his teammates ride for him, man.
They ride for him.
They ride for him. That's the thing.
Says people ride for him harder than Jimmy Garoppolo does. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. And Jimmy G's team carries him. They made it to the Super Bowl. Ain't nobody saying Jimmy G took him to the Super Bowl. The team took them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's facts. That's
all
facts.
Good, West, how you doing?
It is what it is. We're good, man. We're good.
And I'm not even disrespecting Jimmy G, because if your team supports you, that means you're a good player, no matter what the numbers are. Let's throw the numbers out the window. Everybody's always talking about the locker room.
He's a game manager, right?
He's a game manager, but apparently he plays better than we giving him credit for. Once again, he's been to the Super Bowl. He's been to the Super Bowl. And they played great with him.
Yeah.
That says a lot about your team cohesiveness. Straight up. Now he with the Raiders. We got to see what they're going to look like.
Yep. Yuppers.
I guess this was a super mini Bill Kings segment.
Yeah, post game.
When can we catch Belt Kings?
Should be Sunday morning. As of right now, everything's looking good for Sunday morning.
Sunday morning,
10:30 a.m.
Before 12 noon, or around about 12 noon, or
10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. I try to start it early. Give people time to check their rosters, get up, get situated, get your breakfast done way before the game. Don't want to do a last minute at the game. Kind of disrespectful. Matter of fact, I'll do my rant now, since I'm on Late Night Parents, my man Ted Hicks. We need to follow the show, latenightparents.com, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell y'all something. I done thrown this out there more than once, and I'm going to go ahead and do it again. The Madden curse is real. The Madden curse is real.
Oh, there's no denying that.
You want to explain to me how the hell the number one tight end in the NFL gets hyperextendedly 2 days before the game? I'll give you practice. I'll give you tough playing. Mike Patton touring the AFC South. What's happening?
Hello, sir.
All I'm saying is they always find a way to get one of the number one players in the NFL hurt before the game season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tom Brady, Michael Vick. I mean, the pattern's obvious. Let's be clear, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be clear.
Oh man.
It's fuming. I'm fuming because you know what I did. First pick in my draft. When I get my first pick, who I'm picking? Kelsey.
Yeah.
Worked for me last season. And these no good low down, some of them, you know what, got him hurt. I was like, I just threw my hands up. Matter of fact, Payne got at me talking about, you still starting him? Yeah, I'm a starter. They say he's out. I said, no, I heard he was injured. They haven't said he was out yet. I got to put on the app. Out. You know, you got to wait till game time to see if people going to play these days. That's why I started at 10:30. If I get up there at 11 and we run over past 12, people ain't going to be watching us because they're sitting here watching the stats and checking the app all the day. I'm going to start at 10:30. We're going to finish talking. Y'all can think. Y'all can pick all your rosters and all that. I'm just saying, I got 5 leads going. So I'm watching all of them. I had to make sure I had Kelsey going. And I'm running with the tight end from Tennessee, Okonkwo. I know we got the name messed up the other day. I'm going to run with him. Heard a few good things, so I'm going to run with him this season. I had 2 drafts last night. I had 2 drafts Sunday. Then I picked up another league I didn't even know I was in on NFL.com. So I got 2 leagues. I don't know what the hell's going on. But I'm going to have fun with this season. This season's going to be all right with me. I'm running with Geno Smith as a QB behind Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I'm running with Geno.
Yeah.
I didn't get I saw that, Mike. I saw you had Warren Moon up there. Big ups. You had a legend. On your show, man. We ain't ready for you. I'm going to ask permission to be in your audience from now on. May I retweet your tweets? You had a legend. You had an NFL legend on your show, man.
Word, man.
I can't hang with you. They're going to have to put you up there when it is what it is with Cam and Mace now, man. Dang. Dang, this dude doing too much. But yeah, they
Okonkwo? Okay.
yeah, Okonkwo. And the reason why I know how to say his last name, there was a kid in my high school with that last name. I know that name. We actually grew with it. It's Okonkwo, I believe. Warren been on me with a few times now. Good. Congrats to you, man, because you're doing the damn thing straight up. I got Gino in a couple of leagues. I got Jalen Hurts in one. I got Justin Herbert in another one. Everybody's been grabbing Deshaun Watson, and I just want to see what he's going to do. So
That boy Pace picked up Hurts. I
Yeah.
play him this week.
Yeah. As far as our league goes, I got to look things over again.
Ted, I'm fighting Ted, man. Like
Oh.
Golf
three of the
off
players
the
I had
first
last
game.
season, he picked up this season. Yo, that's why I was gonna fight him. Who's big old nasty? He picked up Mixon. Mixon was my star last season, man. What?
So he did do good last season. Joe Mixon did.
Yeah, man. Mixon was on fire. Then you remember he had that one game with the 5 touchdowns?
Nobody has beaten Alvin Kamara when he had 6 touchdowns that one game. That's messing bananas.
So I had that day, the day I had like 55 fantasy points off of Mixon that day.
Yeah, that was a good day for you.
Yeah.
That was a good day for you.
So this dude over here, he coming here now. He took Justin Fields and he took
Justin Fields.
what's
You can't go wrong
homeboy's
with
name?
Justin Fields.
Yo, he picked up Fields.
Carmen was good.
Dobbins. He picked up
Right.
Dobbins. But Dobbins was injured last season, so he didn't really do nothing much. But
Carmen,
he
you
probably
did a good
pick up
show
this
earlier.
season.
I caught about the first 5 or 10 minutes and had to get off, but big ups to you and your show for real.
Hey, Carmen.
Carmen,
Yeah,
how you doing?
As
We
far
got
as
who else he
Belichick
got?
goes, as far as Belichick goes, I got Gino, I got Dalvin Cook, I got Najee, I got Christian Kirk, I got Jalen Waddle, I got a Conquer from the Titans, I got Drake London at wide out, I got Chiefs defense, and I had Detroit's kicker. Guess what my backup quarterback is?
Just want to give 5 quick facts about the upcoming NFL season.
Sure, go ahead.
As we saw tonight with the reigning Super Bowl champion Kansas
Trevor
City
Lawrence.
Chiefs, taking on the Detroit Lions. Super Bowl 50 is going to be in Las Vegas. Didn't we just have a Super Bowl in Las Vegas, or was that LA? It was LA. It's going to be broadcast on CBS. The smart thing about it, the NFL is going to also air it on Nickelodeon. So
Yep.
I don't know if you noticed over the past couple of years, there's usually like, a playoff game on Nickelodeon where, the CGI or the VFX is included. Players are getting slimed, all of that type of stuff, because they're trying to bring in new fans, younger fans. Peacock is going to have 2 exclusive streaming only games. That's something new for us. So the NFL is making that move to streaming, and basically you got to get a Peacock subscription. So
you got to start a Peacock. People are going to start paying for Peacock, plain and simple.
Yeah.
We got that point between the NFL and the wrestling pay-per-views. That's where it's at. We're going to have to start paying.
I mean, what's so strange is we'll get into it later on, but all of NBC's games are streamed on Peacock.
They're partnered.
All the Sunday Night Football games are streamed on Peacock.
And they're partnered, correct?
Right.
That's where it's going to be, yeah. And we're paying minimum price for Peacock for what they got, but you got the hookup to NBC for what they got. It's a bit of a win-win for both.
Yeah.
We usually have 1 week, or usually week 1 is the doubleheader, that Monday night, but there's going to be 3 doubleheaders, 3 Monday night doubleheaders this season. So basically, they're both going to be streamed on ESPN and ABC simultaneously. And like I said, we'll get into that later. Lamar Jackson, rightfully so, will be NFL's highest paid player at $82 million this season with signing bonus and salary. Lamar Jackson got paid this offseason. We just saw Joe Burrow just topped it by an additional $5 million deal.
Why do you want to pay Lamar Jackson? Why do you want to pay Lamar Jackson? That's all I want to know.
Well, they did pay him. There was some arm twisting, it seemed like.
Yes.
But he got paid.
But Joe Burrow's got more
Patrick
money.
Mahomes makes $65 million this season. Worth every penny.
But he's worth a half a billion.
Daniel Jones makes $47.5 million. We like Daniel Jones in New York.
Yeah.
47.5.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. Well, he got us the playoff win. Tony's favorite, Deshaun Watson, 46.5.
This is the season. He got to show out. He got to show out this season. He got to show out.
Aaron freaking Rodgers, 45.9 million.
But Aaron got money. We're gonna leave him. He got money.
The fifth fact is the biggest annual endorsement earners are all quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, another favorite here. Dak has got to show up this season. You got Russell Wilson, who I think is teetering with Sean Payton and the like. I think if he doesn't do well this season, it's going to be very interesting. And the aforementioned Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen. So those are just 5 quick facts. Any thoughts on that? Any thoughts on?
Shout out to Tornado.
Let's see. I'll go through it. I got Laura on my team. Carmen.
Hey, I don't know who's going to be on for halftime. I was just looking. I don't know who they got for halftime this year. I don't.
Halftime, I heard they're going on a bid. Some people are saying Miley Cyrus, but the strong pick, maybe Harry Styles.
I just saw Taylor Swift turned it down for specific reasons, so I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Taylor
I don't think. Isn't it too early to know? We're talking about the Super Bowl halftime.
Yeah.
Too early? Nope, ain't too early.
Nah, they make those picks real quick. If they can get a lock, then
Lamar Jackson for MVP.
I don't know, Mike.
Joe
and let me
Burrow
jump in
got a
on that.
bigger deal. $5 million extra.
Lamar Jackson for MVP, I don't know. And that's going to come down to, that's funny. He been to look like Randy Watson this year. But Lamar Jackson, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there. It's going to depend on what Deshaun Watson does. And actually, I think Deshaun Watson and or Geno might jump out there early. Patrick Mahomes is already the front runner as far as the QBs. But if Geno has
Isn't he like the perennial front runner?
He's pretty much the perennial front runner, yes. But if Deshaun Watson shows out this season, I think he might take out Lamar for MVP because that'll be a great turnaround story. Geno's already an outstanding turnaround story. We just need to see some consistency from him. So both of them may take out Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson's already had the press on him and people hyping him up. And a lot of people, fantasy football people, they love Lamar Jackson. He puts them numbers up. But let Geno and or Deshaun Watson do their thing this year for real, for real. If they get to get out there and do the damn thing,
yeah.
And I'm just gonna say it like that. We're gonna see. You know better than me. You know better than me. I'm going to tell you that, but I just I think maybe
Lamar Jackson is about to show up this year.
Yeah, Louisville Lamar. Yeah, the old school Lamar. We're gonna see. He got a little bit of a team around him. I'm gonna say a little bit. He could look Mahomes-ish because he's got Andrews. He got a lot of people conflicting offensive philosophy in Cleveland will not allow. I think Cleveland's hungry for some postseason games. I think they're very hungry for some postseason games. I think they're very hungry for some respect. That roster they've had over the past 4 or 5 seasons, it is inexcusable for them not to be in a conference championship, if not a Super Bowl.
Yes.
All jokes aside. Now, I hear you with the conflict of offensive philosophy, but they got no excuse right now. They're looking like Dallas and won't make it.
Yeah, big boy Nick Chubb.
They looking like the Cowboys. Cowboys had everybody and will mess up in the postseason. Cleveland can't mess up no more.
Do we want to talk Disney versus Charter, or do we want to talk B-sides and combat sports? Because I think the whole Disney versus Charter is a mess, and it leads into other things. It spiderwebs into other things. So
I agree with Spider.
I'm gonna lean towards Mr. B. What's going on this weekend in combat sports?
This is gonna take about 4 to 7 minutes. Ready? Because I was really trying to make sure that Ted hits everything or most of the stuff today.
Because I think Disney, what they're doing on game, what Charter is doing, Charter Spectrum is doing, which is faking them out. That conversation could potentially close the show because, like I said, it's spiderwebs, because it leads to the problems that we have with piracy. It leads into our cable bills, why the cable, why so many, why there's so many cord cutters out there. So I want to give you the utmost respect, and I don't want you to just fire through the combat sports. So I want to give you just due.
All right, Ted, this is still going to take 4 to 7 minutes, but let's go. So, going back we had the fights last weekend. Last weekend, they fought in France, Paris, France. Cyril Gane had an easy win against Sergey Spivak. We didn't learn nothing new about Gane. Gane went out there, did what he needed to do, fast movement, worked the body, beat up Spivak within 2 rounds. All right, that's cool. Chris Eubank beat Liam Smith in a rematch, 10-round stoppage. Chris Eubank looked really good out there. He was training with Bomac. Thoughts and prayers with Bomac. Bomac got arrested in the airport. He was carrying a gun. They have gun laws over there in the UK.
Oh my God!
Yeah, so he may serve some time. It's crazy over there. But we put thoughts and prayers with Bomac. Eubank looked like the Eubank of old. Really good out there. Good footwork, mixed up the body shots with the head. Kept Liam Smith busy, real busy. Hit him with the good shots. Smith kind of twisted his ankle somewhere like the second round, but he was all right. He kind of shook it off a little bit, but it didn't really do much because he didn't really move much. He was just right there for easy pickings on Eubank. Eubank had easy pickings on him. But yeah, man, I like good body. Like when fighters fight, when it comes to like everybody just headhunts and nobody knows how to set up certain things. So when it comes to body shots and using body work on opponents, it's a work of art, man. In the combat sports world. But they had a fight tonight on the Zone for Golden Boy. If you was bored and you really had nothing to do, you could have watched the card. It was a lot of low-level boxes, nothing really crazy about it. This dude, De La Hoya is trying to do what he can while he still has the opportunity to, because a lot of his stars are not going to quite be there for long, man. You see Canelo doing his thing, freelancing and all that cool stuff and whatnot. What's that boy? Garcia. We don't know about him. And Munguia. But yeah, tomorrow though they do have boxing. They have a boxing card on ESPN Plus. The homie by the name of at record is 24-0. Christian and Billy out of Cameroon will be facing Desmond Nicholson, who's 26-5-1 for the WBC Continental America Super Middleweight title. It's the headliner. This dude from Cameroon is a monster, low-key level monster, but awesome stuff, man. I look forward to it. They also got a fight by the name of Steve Claggett from Canada, who's 35-7-2. He'll be fighting for the NABF super lightweight title against Carlos Sanchez. That is the North American Boxing Federation title, if I remember that correctly. Yeah, I had to do the study up during 2020. But yeah, the card is gonna be in Quebec. So there's a couple other good fighters on this card, not like big records wise, but a good list of up and comers from Canada, France, because it's Quebec, French, the French and the Canadians.
French Canadian, yes, French
yeah.
Canadian.
So there's a lot of them on the card. Good exposure, good work. You know what I mean? On Friday as well, they got Cage Warriors in San Diego. But if you like a diehard MMA fan, you might want to watch that. A veteran with, I think, a record of 27-12 by the name of Wilson Hayes. He formerly challenged Demetrius Johnson for the UFC flyweight title. He'll be fighting a guy who's 13-10, who just recently got released by the UFC by the name of Trevin Jones. I like Cage Warriors doing these stateside fights now. There's a couple good fighters on the card. You might want to check it out. That starts at 9 o'clock. That is going to be on the UFC Fight Pass app. You can check it out. Game Bread. This joint slipped under my car. Some of them do. They got Game Bread. MMA, bare knuckle MMA. Yes, that is MMA with no gloves. A rematch. Junior Dos Santos faces Fabricio Verdum. Now, both of these guys are former UFC champions. Fabricio Verdum has had a long history in mixed martial arts. He's been in the Pride. He's fought in UFC. He's fought for Strike Force. He was the first guy to submit Fedor. Yes, the legend Fedor. Along with this card, there's a couple good guys. Former UFC standout Maki Pitolo fights on this card. Brandon Jenkins, who fought for Bellator, is fighting the WEC and UFC MMA longtime legend, Anthony Njokuani, a monster kickboxer from the old days. Man, oh man, this dude's like in his 40s, I think now, and is still doing the damn thing. There's also my dude Irvin Rivera, out of Mexico. He's fighting on this card. He's trying to get his redemption story back because he got arrested a while ago. A crazy situation with his family. He's trying to come back, make a big impact, and return back to the UFC. We'll see how that works. The rest of the card is pretty good. You might want to check that out. This will be flowing, I think, on Fight TV.
Mr.
Yeah, I
B,
think
I
it'll
have
be
a
on Fight
question.
TV. If not, UFC Fight Pass. What's up?
Is Masvidal, is he going to be doing like a Vince McMahon, an old school Vince McMahon, working, being an analyst and the owner, or doing color commentary, or how's he going to be involved
He shows up with color commentary once in a blue, but he does walk outside on his like his Vince McMahon after the color commentary stuff. Like he shows up with the dress, with the funky dresses, and goes in there, talks to the crowd. How y'all doing? What's up? What's going on? Let's make noise. Does all that stuff, yeah. But he does, yeah. It's pretty good though. But y'all not here to hear me talk about all this other stuff. UFC 293 is on Saturday, man. Pay-per-view live at ESPN Plus. Prelim card starts around 6:30 Eastern, which is 3:30 Pacific. Live in Australia, our reigning UFC middleweight champion, Israel Adesanya, will be fighting the number 5 middleweight. Yes, they're crazy indeed. Sean Strickland. How did we get to this fight? Dricus du Plessis beat the number 2 guy. Dricus du Plessis went out there beforehand and talked about how he was more African than Israel Adesanya. Mind you, he is a South African man.
That's a fight. He
is also not the contingency you would consider, the color coordination that you would consider for a African person. So we had some civil discourse going, and that was when, after Dricus beat said Robert Whitaker number 2 guy, Izzy fueled up on a couple drinks, went out there and said, "What is up, my N-word?" Dricus seemed flustered. Dricus seemed to be a little calm. However, media got up on that dude's tail. People in the comment section got on his tail. He went out there talking about, "I don't want to be anywhere near this guy, Israel Adesanya. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that, blah, blah, blah." Now, this fight was supposed to be made. He said, "Yo, I got a foot injury." Now, people said it was a broken foot, whatever. He said the foot was fractured or broken, something like that. If you have a broken or fractured foot, you don't have that foot and then magically in a month say, "Yo, I'm ready to go back to training again. I'm good. I can't wait to see what the future brings."
Milk.
Really? So instead of him getting this shot, Sean Strickland gets this shot. So Sean Strickland, he's been doing busy work for the middleweight division. He's taking some highs and lows in the division, but he gets this opportunity. The rest of the card, Tai Tuivasa, number 6 in the heavyweight division, faces number 8 or 7, depending on what the hell those rankings in the UFC be saying. Alexander Volkov, former Bellator heavyweight champion, a long, rangy striker, kickboxer, pretty solid, pretty sharp. He's been on a little roll right now. Tuivasa managed to get himself all the way to the number 3 spot in the heavyweight division, but he's taking some bad losses, man, bad losses. So we'll see what he brings here. Manel Kopp, number 10 in the flyweight division, a very no-nonsense flyweight from Portugal, will be facing. He was supposed to fight Kai Kara France, who's a teammate of Israel Adesanya, but Kara France got injured. So this guy who's 7-0 by the name of Felipe Dos Santos will be coming in. Felipe comes from the gym of Shooter Box de Lima. Shooter Box is the old school MMA gym where Vanderlei Silva, Mauricio Shogun Rua, Ninja Shogun Rua, Murillo Ninja Rua, the legend Anderson the Spider Silva, all these guys came from. All those dudes are savages in their own right. They continued the lineage, and that gym, it holds true to that lineage. This kid is only like 20-something years old. He's coming in to make a statement, and they're fighting on the main card portion of this. So just making that step up, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what that goes on. Justin Taffa versus Austin Lane is a rematch because Austin Lane put his whole finger in that dude's eye a few weeks ago. So things got handled. And the rest of the card seems to be okay. We got a lot of guys from City Kickboxing fighting on the card. Old school John McDesie's going to be on there. And yeah, that's it. So that's all that's really going on. Yeah, man.
Jojo lied to us.
I got asked questions during the talk.
Hey, Ted.
Yo.
He lied to your face.
No, I didn't. I'm
Lied
not
to your
making
face.
47, but we got time.
Oh,
so
my
that's
goodness.
it. I got asked questions. I didn't expect that. But yeah, that's what's happening this week.
That's what's up.
So tell me, over like for the month for the remainder of this month, there's like either a fight night or there's like, you know, a larger card. I think almost a weekend with UFC, correct? Or am I wrong?
No, you're right. You're right. That's supply and demand.
Right.
UFC is getting demanded by ESPN to put out content. ESPN is getting burged up by Disney. You know how that works. So that's what happened. They got to put out content. They getting paid a good piece of money, so they got to put out content, whether it's good or crappy.
I gotta go to one of my favorite NFL analysts, Mina Kimes.
Yeah,
There's a lot of stuff.
yeah.
It's her deal was announced, and you know how toxic the app formerly known as Twitter is. Nick Adams, a few others.
Oh boy.
We're going into the whole narrative, ESPN, and it's not about retired athletes, it's about women and everything else like that. Mina Kimes does a great job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not only as an analyst, also as a podcaster, also as a journalist.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at her deals, people were screaming about that. Her being on NFL Live, her doing her podcast with Omaha Productions, in association with ESPN, and also her being able to finesse still appearing on the Dan Le Batard podcast.
She was great on his show. She was great on his show. She really was.
Yes. So they're talking about, over $2 million a year. And I'm like, they got her for a steal. They got her for a steal because the Ringer and Bill Simmons were after her. Of course, the aforementioned Dan Le Batard. A lot of people were looking because they were waiting for ESPN to fumble the bag. But thankfully they didn't. Thankfully they didn't. I just wanted to mention that because it's crazy.
She's been great on that show for a decade now. I mean, on that network.
Yes.
I want to say a decade because she did the Dan Le Batard show. She's been on Around the Horn. I think she was with the ladies when they were trying to do their own thing with their broadcast. So their own sports type thing. So I'm happy.
I remember her on it was a radio show, kind of like podcast. It used to come on Sundays, called The Morning Roast. Mm-hmm. It was Dominique Foxworth, Mina Kimes, and Clinton Yates. I said to myself, they used to do that on Sundays for 3 hours on live radio. And I'm like,
they're kind of like the new generation of sportscasters.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah. And I was like, yo, this is a great show. Why don't they make this daily? Maybe not 3 hours, but it gave you a different emphasis on kind of like what the next generation is doing.
Next generation. What's up, Sweet Pea?
Hey.
Sweet Pea, how you doing?
Hello, ma'am.
Got to get into.
Before you go, Ted, can I say something real quick?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Mina Kimes is underpaid.
At $2 million, she's underpaid. Yes.
Yeah.
Underpaid. She's underpaid. And
that's her new deal. Her new deal is $2 million. So what was she getting paid before?
I dare say that's some bullshit. And I apologize, but
no,
I've watched her. I'm very big on watching ESPN shows, and I've been slacking over the past year. But the previous 8 years, she has been excellent and contributory, as well as others. Yeah. So say she gets the $2 million and everybody else gets the same amount of money, and they just bring a bunch of those new folks in. Okay, we'll leave it at that. But other than that, that's not enough for her. No. And of course, everybody deserves their money. But
yes,
I don't put her beneath any of the others. And that's not enough for her. I gotta say, it's not enough for her.
Yeah, and people were saying she was overpaid. Like what?
No,
people were saying she was overpaid.
Yeah,
I'm like, are you crazy?
No,
she gives you content, and there was a lot of talk about her going to an NFL team, working in the front office.
Wow,
the Seattle Seahawks. Because that's where she's from.
That's what they were talking about.
I think she's from Seattle. Yeah.
So ESPN, they were, back against the wall. Didn't want to lose her. Ada, and like I said, rightfully so.
Right.
I gotta just bring it up.
It's time,
dude.
Oh my God,
it's coming back. Oh, we doing good. I'm doing good. Ted doing all right. Tony been busy.
Clubhouse is now an audio messaging app. Does anyone? I mean, and we can say by a show in the comment sections. Does anyone still use Clubhouse?
I never used it.
Me neither.
I logged in. And like, to be truthful with you, when Twitter Spaces was released, I was gone. So I'm just gonna say this is a new chat feature, so I guess it's gonna work kind of how iMessage works. So like we're on chat all day long and we're talking, throwing out links and everything else like that. I think it's going to work that way, along with its own public rooms and everything else like that. I don't want to say this is the Hail Mary for them, but if this doesn't work, it all comes down to investors. So maybe there's still people out there. I mean, I don't know.
Jojo, you might want to jump in on this.
Go ahead.
And see, you lucky, Sweet Pea. You went once. I never did.
We're gonna go back to that, Sweet Pea. We're gonna get back to that. Carmen, I see you never use it. I've never used it either. But didn't we just suggest what you just showed for Twitter to do a couple of weeks ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now Clubhouse trying to jump on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Y'all, all of y'all out there watching the show, can we get paid, please, since y'all using our ideas?
Sweet Pea, how are you doing?
I ain't trying to bring nobody. I
just
like to get a little something. So y'all help me with my taxes. That's all I'm saying.
All Tony asking for is credit. He wants
I just want to clip my credit. That's all I want to do. I ain't gonna bring credit.
That's all he wants.
I'm gonna make a music video like Cameron and do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? JoJo can drive, or Ted do the talking or whatever. Just give it a little. Y'all paying attention to us. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leslie, we did talk about Buc-ee's. JoJo's never been. Ted's heard about it. I'm actually probably going to try to go tomorrow and let them see what it really looks like.
Buc-ee's, okay.
Yeah, I can go right up the street. They're missing plenty. Leslie, stop it. Leslie, stop it. Stop it. You know
you're not missing much.
You know better.
He said it's overrated.
Listen, let me throw this out there for everybody. If you've never been to Buc-ee's, Buc-ee's is the new Walmart to your town. When you go, tell me I'm lying.
Really?
Hey, man.
So at this rate, Joe, it's going to hit New York in like 2030.
No,
bro. If that trend was to hit, I don't think you'll see it in New York.
It won't be in the city.
It'd be pandemonium. It'd be pandemonium for the city.
It'll be upstate at best. I'm serious. You won't see that in New York City. No.
It'd be pandemonium. You'd have to be it'd probably be like a Jersey. It'd be.
You might.
Elsewhere. It won't be in the New York. It's that type of level place.
Let me jump in.
New York State?
I just drove to Virginia Beach.
We're probably thinking New York City.
I just drove to Virginia Beach a couple weeks ago, right? I passed it. I saw it in North Carolina. I didn't see it in Virginia. You need a rural area because if a Buc-ee's hits a major city, they will run out of what they got, and they pride themselves on never running out.
Yeah.
They pride themselves on never running out of gas. And I'm telling y'all, I'm going to tell all of y'all right now, if you ever get one of the beef brisket sandwiches, it's a wrap.
It's like that, Ted.
I'm telling you.
It's like that. I've seen these videos and I'm just like, yo, they out here with the buns, fresh made brisket. They chopping it in your face.
Right there in front of your face.
Stack that thing up. Juices dripping. Bun on top. Wrapped. There you go, buddy. Come on, man. And there's never no old food, man.
You can't. There's a lot. They pull the brisket out the oven. They chopping it up.
Joe, what state were you in? What state
Huh?
were
Well,
you in to
I've
see a
never
Buc-ee's?
gone. I keep seeing
Joe,
these videos.
Ted, I got one 15 minutes up the street from me right now. Do
Tony,
you want me to go now for the
near
broadcast?
one.
Do you want me to go now for the broadcast? Do you want me to go now? Do you want me to go now?
Dog.
Nah.
And it's not even just that sandwich, it's the sandwiches in general. Then they got the Buc-ee's pot, the honey pot, the puffs.
Right there.
These Bucky puffs type joints. They're like
It's
these
right there.
sweet. Oh, I
an
don't
external battery
understand,
for my phone.
man.
I will switch this broadcast over to my phone and drive down the street for you.
We got something
we
here.
good. We good.
We got something here in New York that's similar to it, but they got it to some other level, bro. It's like the caramel puff corn, something, man.
Ted, you don't feel me. When they pull that brisket out of the oven, you know how you all got the grills on the clips and everything?
Yes.
You know how you be putting your meat up there, you and Brian showing everything, and then Glick talking.
Yes.
The food away. The brisket will come out. They will be.
It's not a sweet piece thing, man.
We got the cutting board and everything. Mind you, there's 50 people standing around waiting for them to finish already. So then they got to make the sandwiches and throw them out there. We grabbing it soon as they're coming out.
Hang on 1 second. It's a huge building with lots of drink options, BBQ, hot food there, fudge, other bakeries there, gas pumps for days, shopping area. That sandwich is ooh. They slap on BBQ.
Leslie, I'm gonna talk to you after the show. I don't appreciate it.
Nah, man. Bucky's like I told you. Bucky's is
up here. People literally would go up there and just walk around and look at it. It's actually a gas station, convenience store, truck stop, all in one.
Tell you, it's like a super duper like. Yo, it's like a Costco BJ's type level thing, man.
It's a gas station, convenience store, truck stop, all in one. Seriously.
Wow.
And
I told you.
We went day one when it opened here. There was a line to get to the gas pumps. Ladies and gentlemen, fellow broadcasters, audience members, replayers all over the world listening to me right now. I have never seen a gas station, and I've driven across the whole East Coast for the most part, across the whole Southeast, across Texas. I've never seen a gas station with 120 gas pumps. I told them they were liars. I've called them blasphemous. I asked them to bequeath Satan and everything until they finished building it, and I saw all them gas pumps.
Bro, it is madness.
They pride themselves on never running out of gas.
It's madness. It is utter madness.
Absolute insanity. JoJo was correct. If they didn't, and you were like, you can tell them don't put that much sauce on it. You can tell them that. Give them one with no sauce on it. But the sauce is excellent. Now you also got to get the chopped brisket. Don't get the sliced one. There's a difference there.
No, yeah.
Because you can have one of those sandwiches, and you can go work a good construction day off of that, and not be hungry till you get home on a 10-hour, 12-hour.
Tell you, got that cutting board, man.
Listen, I'm sorry, Leslie. I love that sauce. That sauce is the business.
Man.
Two of the things that got me down south. Well, two of the three. I ain't gonna tell you the third. But seasoning salt, these brisket. I'll give you another one. You got that fried turkey.
They got that honey chicken biscuit. They got some other stuff there too.
That's their churches and Popeyes and Bojangles miss. But these fried turkey, these beef briskets, and the lemon pepper rings down here. Y'all, be careful. Be careful.
They got some hitters, man. They got some hitters.
They're really
some hitters up in there, man. But it's like I told you,
it's deal with Leslie after the show. I'm gonna deal with Leslie after the show.
It's a unicorn. It's a unicorn of a place, bro.
Sick. Carmen, I'm gonna tell you right now, a decent seasoned, properly seasoned, not over seasoned, properly seasoned brisket. And a lot of people, I like my steaks well done or whatever. These briskets, they're tender and juicy and tasty. All that. You'll take a nap afterwards. And you've seen me eat. You know I don't be playing my food. Just so you know. Barbecue sub, but it turns you off again. They do put it is some sandwiches do have too much salt on them. I understand where you're coming from, but I like it. I really do. And it's worth the money. One sandwich will cost you $7 down here.
Okay.
I think when I was driving up, I saw one in South Carolina. I saw one in North Carolina. I know they've got them here in the state. I know they've got them in Alabama. I have not seen them north of North Carolina. Virginia may have it. I don't know about Kentucky then, but Buc-ee's started originally in Texas, I believe. They just started expanding out to everywhere because people knew about it. I had never heard of it till they came here a couple of years ago. One of my homegirls from Texas said, "Oh, you never heard of this?" And then when I drove to Tuskegee's homecoming last year, they got one in Alabama. I said, "Oh Lord, it's on and popping now." She said it's messy.
I think I started seeing videos in like 2021, 2022. And I said,
Yeah, I want to say about
"Jesus."
2021. Yeah, bananas. It's
And I
bananas.
said, "My God."
They got the, we all just talking about the freezes, like Taco Bell got the Baja Blast freeze. They got the icy freezes in there, and they had the pina colada, the right flavored pina colada. And when I say right flavored, I'm a native of Queens, New York. If my pina colada doesn't taste like Gal's, I don't want it. It tastes like Gal's.
Gal Grande Cal.
The Gal's pina colada. You know when you got to shake the carton up and then pull it to the side and everything, they got to pour it in the cup. They take it like that. I spent money up there.
Oh my God.
Just tried. On half a tank of gas for another week. I've done it. I had to. YouTube's experiment with less frequent but longer ads.
Yeah, they have
a message. And you guys will probably get messages too from the creators group that they're experimenting with less frequent but longer ads, things that you can't. And you know how there's various ads that you have.
Yes.
When you're creating your video, you're creating your content and everything else like that, it gives you options.
Yeah.
You know, the opening, the roll, or at the end. They're going to basically want to switch a lot of this stuff in the mid-roll. Stuff that you can't cancel out of. Because, in the beginning, there's an option, it's going to play for 5 seconds and then you can cancel it versus, hey, we're going to show you 2 15-second ads that can't cancel out of. So instead of that scattered approach, they want to just push it right in the middle that you can't get out of it and you got to watch the ads.
Yeah.
And hopefully the people who watch it, and that generates more revenue for the content creators. Yep. Supposedly this is being sold as, this is going to be, this is being tested now for if you're watching YouTube on your TV, but ultimately, if it works, it should work better for the content creators because, someone watches that ad, you get paid for it. That's really it. I don't know if you guys received notification. It's in your inbox. If you create content for YouTube, you were notified. If you weren't notified, I'll gladly send the note I received. What's your thoughts on that?
Gojo, I'll wait. I'll talk to you.
People trying to make money. These folks are trying to make money. They don't want you to skip through the commercial. They want to make sure you watch the entire commercial. I'm not mad at it. I can look on average how many times I wait till that counter goes down to 1, and then as soon as it says skip ad. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, they trying to get their money. They're trying to get that ad revenue, and they want to make sure. I guess they did that on analytics, and they just figured out, how many people are really watching our ads, how many are not. Is it going by what how much of the ad you're watching, or if you just even if the ad shows for a second, are you getting that full ad revenue money? You know what I mean, or whatever from how many the ad itself. So it is something you got to deal with. I know you got to pay to get ad free, and if you're not, you got to watch the ads.
Facts.
Right.
That's what it is.
Is it one of those situations? Is it one of those situations where it's going to force people to pay for with you premium, or like are you I guess it's incentivizing like for the creators, but does that make YouTube consumers want to pay for the updated version with no ads?
I looked at those prices. I can't do it. YouTube TV, I saw the channels. I watch more channels than they offer. No disrespect to them and what they're working on.
Yeah.
I watch more channels than they offer. So I wouldn't be cutting off cable for YouTube TV. I know a lot of people cut it off for Hulu and Netflix, and they call it good. I give them that. I have to say we looked through the apps a few months ago, didn't we?
Yeah.
We talked about them before. YouTube Premium is about 50, 60 a month. Disney Plus will be about what? 15 a month, 15, 16 a month. And then Hulu will be another 12 or 13, and then Netflix will be another 20, I think. You're already at $100. You might as well get cable. And these are the most frequent apps that everybody has. YouTube will take all the money and then no too bad. I have premium. I don't have YouTube TV, but I do have premium. I did premium because I knew I was going to be up here a little bit more. And also, I try to catch everybody's replays on there. I was going to let premium go. I was going to let Amazon Prime go. I don't watch Amazon Prime as much as I used to watch Netflix. I got Netflix because my son watches it. My stepdaughter watches it. I watch a couple movies every now and then. I've been slacking on Netflix for the past few years. I like Tubi.
Yeah.
I got HBO Max, but if you're an AT&T customer, you got HBO Max for free. Then Disney Plus I pay for. I watch all those Disney Plus shows. Put all those apps together, and people have been posting that. If you add up all these apps and you add this up, what's the comparison? Which one do you get more? And then the cable companies, you got apps for your networks. I mean, for your companies to people watch the shows that they save them, but you got to pay for it after you pay the cable bill.
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Real talk.
That's crazy.
Apple TV, you got to pay for Apple TV to watch the Apple stuff. So one way or the other, we're gonna have to pay for everything. You got to see what you're going to get more for your money's worth off of.
Yep.
Just being real.
And that's what leads us to that Disney stuff.
This story,
all
I got to
roads
I'm not 100% privy on this. I'm not.
all roads lead to Disney versus Charter/Spectrum.
Yeah.
So many people are talking about it now. We usually watch this happen every year, every other year. There's the Spectrums, the cable channels or the providers that have an agreement, a licensing agreement with a specific channel. So you have Disney, which says, okay, ESPN, ABC networks, we have a deal with this provider, this television provider and internet service provider, that cost gets pushed to the consumer. It's, as we know, it's always about money. Everything is always about money.
Yes.
But what we're seeing now is these cable channels, these providers are making more money with just providing access for consumers than the legacy video, channel, the legacy video package.
Right.
At its height, there were 100 million paid subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
This goes back to almost 10 years ago. You fast forward 9.5 years later to 2023, there's about 70 million paid subscribers, people that are actually paying for their cable bundle. You take that number right there, so you got 70. But if you look at the amount of people that just have broadband, those are people that have broadband and that are similar to like Carmen or any one of us, where we're like, hey, we're going to pay for our YouTube TV, we're going to pay for our internet, and we might have Netflix and with the bundle. Right. So if you look at it, there's so many different problems here with this situation, because when you look at Disney, and I know we beat up on Disney every week, So this will be another week we beat up on Disney.
Yeah.
If you look at what they do, you look at what drives these cable bundles. It's news and sports. News,
Yep.
live news. Everyone likes to watch news and sports. Those are the things that are driving.
Yeah.
When news itself is just out there, because things are always happening. We're always hearing about horrific things that are always happening. Sports.
Right.
Places like Disney, companies like Comcast or CBS or Fox, and then some of the streaming partners have to license sports from the sports leagues, NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, and then everything else. This stuff is getting so expensive. It's the supply and demand of, hey, to show Sunday Night Football, $2.7 billion a year, NBC has to pay to the NFL. I think Sunday Night Football, Disney is paying the NFL $2.5 billion a year to show 20 football games.
Mm-hmm.
All of that is passed because if you look at it, if you look at cable bundle, the key to it was never itemized. But then, the genie gets left at the bottom. And you're sitting here saying, ESPN, for me to have ESPN in my cable bundle, I'm paying anywhere from $7 to $10 for that channel.
Ernie, what's good?
Ernie, how you doing?
Ernie.
You're paying from $7 to $10 a month just to have those channels. So right now it's a deadly game of chicken that Disney is playing with Charter Spectrum, because there's about 15 million ESPN subscribers on Charter Spectrum that won't be able to see these games, that weren't able to see college football, that weren't able to see the U.S. Open, that may not be able to see Josh Allen versus Aaron Rodgers this week. So it's business, because Charter is like, hey, you know what? Let's just sit there, be in the broadband business because everyone needs internet.
Yeah.
And let's get out of the video business.
Yeah.
And you can see when you have people like Stephen A. Smith and other Disney employees going to the app formerly known as Twitter, telling people, hey, if you want to see ESPN content, go to Fubo TV, go to Sling, go get an antenna so that you can see the game on Monday. They're desperate.
Yeah.
They're desperate. And the lastly is the NFL. I mean, the NBA package is coming up. That's going to be another. They're looking to make $75 billion with the next package. Ultimately, Netflix of the world have come in and ripped away subscribers. YouTube TV and Google, Amazon's of the world have ripped away other subscribers because they're just like, what are you getting with your cable package?
Yeah.
Read your comment.
Wait, who is desperate? I just got confused. Oh, Disney is desperate. Disney is desperate. Say that differently, please. Okay. Maybe desperate is not the appropriate word to use. Disney is nervous because it's a game of chicken. Because usually over the years, Disney would go to the provider and say, hey, you want to see our content? We're going to tell people other ways to get access to our channels. Meaning, threatening to go to consumer or using another provider.
No, I think it's a combination of both. It's a combination of both. Because they've threatened to say we're gonna go straight to the consumer. we're gonna just go straight to the consumer. And from what I get, Spectrum's like, you want to do that? You sure you want to
Go
do
right ahead.
that? Like,
Go right ahead.
So it's like, yeah, go on right ahead. Let's see what works.
It only makes sense to go straight to the consumer instead of going through a cable company. Cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
But
And
the
Disney-
thing
Go
Disney's-
ahead
is,
and see.
Disney's killing it. All these apps, all those channels have their own app now, and you can subscribe specifically to the apps that are paying for cable.
Yeah, it's true. But the thing is, all those apps have taken somewhat of a hit. And that's the craziest thing about it. They're making money. Of course, they're going to make money, but they've taken a hit.
Carmen, good question. Isn't Disney threatening to go straight to consumer and offer ESPN like they do with Disney Plus? Yes. Yes, they are. Guess what? They're not ready yet. So in last week's episode, we were talking about ESPN streaming channel taking their package, going direct to consumer. They're working with Amazon right now to help them with that process. You know, I guess if this had happened a year from now or whatever the case is, because if you look at it, Disney was looking to have their cake and eat it too. Hey, we're going to be in your cable book, and hey, we're going to go direct to consumer.
Yeah.
And I'm actually confused by her question because Disney and ESPN are already linked with Hulu for $17 a month. I mean, $19 a month.
But what they're talking about, ESPN direct to consumer, is hey, for $20 to $35, you can have the 7 to 10 ESPN channels outside of your cable bundle.
You know how we like to
That's
joke.
what they want to sell. That's the direct to consumer option.
Because I'm thinking if you subscribe to Disney and ESPN, you don't need cable.
True. That's true. But yeah, they want to do all the ESPN. You know how we like to joke, ESPN those.
ESPN2 and ESPN News. I'm done. All them other
ESPN News.
Channels. Yeah. You got
ESPN Deportes. Muy bien, gracias.
Hawaii, Mongolia. Yeah, I don't need all that. Give me ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN.
Get the wild world of sports.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm done right there. So they're already doing that with Disney and Hulu.
Carmen says cable companies are the ones who aren't making enough money with the offering, with offering this to their consumers, and that's why they're offering phone and internet services.
Yeah.
The problem is so many people are cutting the cord, Carmen.
Okay.
So many people are cutting the cord. So 10 years ago, there were 100 million paid subscribers. Now there's 70 million. So 30 million have gone away.
30%.
And if you factor in the 15 million right now of just ESPN users, then a company like Spectrum says, hey, we're down to 55 million paid subscribers. Yeah. Why don't we just do broadband?
That's what it is. It's all that internet service. They make bank off that internet service. You could be like, hey, I don't want a cable box. But you know that cable modem.
Carmen, I will say, you thought cable is the one who's in a desperate place. They are. Cable is in a desperate space. People are cutting cable. I think they're barely doing satellite. They'll go broadband, get a network, or get Hulu, will catch everything there.
Right.
I know a lot of people that are doing that, honestly. They will get Hulu and see if their shows are on Hulu. They'll get Paramount Plus with those shows. They'll get Disney, catch all the movies. All the number one movies over the past 5-10 years have been damn near Disney. You get the app. You ain't even got to go to theaters no more. Just wait a couple of months instead of going on the big day. You might go to theaters when you feel like it. But cable has cost so much. But the one thing cable companies are still going to profit off of, internet service.
Yep.
You got to have the best internet service for all of these in the first place. That's where the cable companies are not losing. That conversation has to come up with a lot of people. When you go somewhere, you don't want no channels. You just want Wi-Fi in the house.
Yeah,
that's all you want.
Because it ain't. Go ahead.
Have you looked at your cable bill? Have you looked at if you're a cable subscriber? Have you looked at your bill? You're paying $200 for what? And you're watching what, 10, 15 channels?
I pay for the Wi-Fi. I got the cable. I got the Wi-Fi. And the Wi-Fi has to be max. I got my max. The Wi-Fi alone is $100 a month. Some people paying $100 to $200 a month.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever you got right now, ladies and gentlemen out there, let me go ahead and talk to y'all for a minute. Y'all need a terabyte a month. Stop playing. That little 100 gigs
Gigabyte.
that used to work 25 years ago ain't cutting it. That don't finish a movie no more. You need a terabyte in your house.
Gigabyte.
No, terabyte. T, not G. T.
Because
You need
hey,
a gigabyte connection.
If you have a family and you have guests and company, they all coming on your Wi-Fi.
yeah, people, people
But they're
go
not
about,
offering tone. They're not offering a terabyte. They're offering gigabytes.
Who isn't?
These providers, they're not offering terabytes.
They are here. They do here.
They're offering a terabyte connection.
I got a cable bill right here.
A terabyte of space for your DVR, but a gigabyte connection.
Monthly plan 1.25 terabytes, 1,200 gigabytes. That's what I pay. I got a terabyte down here.
That's for your internet.
Yes, that's for the Wi-Fi.
Wait, is that a terabyte used?
I'm gonna send you a picture because I ain't sending
All
that.
right.
I done told y'all too much anyway. Y'all nosy and talk too much.
because nowadays it's not just streaming TV, man. It's gaming.
You're streaming everything. You're streaming everything.
It's gaming.
YouTube videos.
It's
People
gaming.
go to sleep
It's
with
gaming.
the videos on and on pause. That will wear your data
We
out.
watch we watch the videos. We watch a lot of movies, a lot of stuff. I'm telling you, as a fight fan, I sit and fall asleep watching fights at times. But yeah, a lot of people game. Gaming is real, man. And you see how many people game, young, old, middle age, you know what I mean? Gaming's taking over, whether it's actual systems or just PC gaming.
That's a fact. The
Yeah.
gamers will run your data out.
So who's the loser out of all of this? The loser is I'm gonna say the consumer is not the loser in this because the consumer is getting smarter. Consumer is getting smarter.
Consumers are getting smarter.
Everybody's going to have the Wi-Fi in the house. Everybody's going to have internet.
Yep.
So you won't have any channels. You won't have any channels, which I think the companies relied on the channels and didn't think the Wi-Fi was going to kick off like it did. They're trying to double dip with both. We're cutting their profits. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
We're cutting their profits. Once you get Wi-Fi in the house and you get more than one device, you'll start seeing it. But people don't want the channels anymore. A lot of people don't even watch TV. People don't even watch the news anymore.
People don't trust the news.
I don't blame you for not trusting it, but having the conversation they have isn't. I'll be here all day. You know what's crazy? I do watch the news and I do. I research.
I do both. I do both myself.
And I'll be 100. When the pandemic was big, I was doing both. While they were talking, I was looking it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was a stickler like that because I'm like, okay, let me see what they're talking about. Let me dig into it. And half the time you catch a keyword and you start looking all that mess. I was looking up all that mess. So you got to do both halfway to get what you have to do. But Ted, you see what I'm saying? Was what I told you, what I said, the truth? I mean, was it along the lines of what you were talking about?
Download speeds up to 500 megabytes. 1.25 terabyte monthly data plan. Okay, so what he's telling you. All right, I'll talk to you off.
No, I just want to make sure I was along the same lines because I know I see a terabyte on my bill. I see a terabyte on my bill. So I'm like, I remember you was talking about the gigs. I remember there used to be 500 gigs about 10 years ago, and that was on the bill. When I started seeing terabyte, I'm like, I don't need no terabyte. I'm not on there that much. When the pandemic hit, everybody was on the internet.
Well, yeah, because everyone's streaming.
And all you periscopers
and big.
Yes,
so,
especially all the periscopers. Y'all was on the internet all damn day.
And y'all remember there's a lot of people who's offering Wi-Fi, man, who are offering Wi-Fi services. So
yes,
that too. So you gotta be on alert.
Oh yeah, if you got Wi-Fi in your house, make a password. Stop leaving your Wi-Fi open.
That's
your bill high. That's why your bill high. Put a password on your Wi-Fi.
Right.
You got somebody in front of your house
You better put it in Klingon. Because y'all ain't got friends, y'all ain't got neighbors, y'all got people using your Wi-Fi. Think it's a game.
Oh my goodness.
With that WPA,
All right.
WPS.
Mm-hmm.
12 digits.
Right.
Hey, I don't want to talk about student loans because those are depressing.
Hey, get into that one topic. That
Which
one
one?
you had one. You didn't mention it.
The Airbnb?
Yes.
Airbnb rules in NYC are a big deal for all cities.
Do what?
All cities. Hang on. Let's see.
Yeah, man, this thing is interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. I just,
we'll make it quick because Airbnbs are global with everybody. So this will
but these rule changes that are happening here is something, new regulations for Airbnb, VRBO, and similar platforms could have broader consequences for the Asian rental industry. So,
they can't be independent. Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the rules require hosts and listing their properties for short-term stays to register with the city or face up to a $5,000 fine.
Yeah.
The rule is meant to help enforce the prohibition against rentals of fewer than 30 days unless the host is present with a maximum of 2 guests, which is largely ignored. Watch what happens here, because everyone, well, not everyone, if you're a property owner and you are now saying, hey, you know what, this second property I'm going to make it an Airbnb and make money with it. There you go. That's your second revenue stream. And now what they're doing, the big test balloon is in NYC.
Oh, crazy.
They're trying to regulate people's money. They're trying to regulate people's money.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to. They're costing the hotels. Plain and simple. They're costing the hotels.
Yes.
That's all.
Because anytime you go anywhere, you're like, let me go get an Airbnb because it's cheaper than a hotel.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you got an Airbnb, and especially with the way things are going right now, people are looking at the Airbnb more than a hotel.
And you're getting the hookup, and they can't trace your money. That's all it is. They can't trace your money. They can't tax you for what you're doing. That's all it is. That's all it is. I see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So last week I went to.
Oh, go ahead.
Last week I went to Rhode Island hotel. I don't, it wasn't like a 4 or 5 star hotel, and it was $250 for. It was $250. You check in at 3:00, and they want you out by 11 a.m. the next morning. So you're in there for a total of less than 24 hours, $250, versus going to an Airbnb, you get bang for your buck. But this right here is kind of like legalizing marijuana. I know this is a stretch right here.
I understand what you're saying. I understand that.
You understand where I'm coming from, right? It's just like they're like, hey, we want our cut.
That's exactly what it sounds like. They want their cut.
We want our cut. And they're testing the balloon here in NYC, and it's going to just be pushed everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially. So, everything's about money. Everything's about money. I'm not impacted because I don't rent a second home as a Airbnb. But I can imagine what people are saying and how people are feeling.
Yeah,
I think in all respects, people are doing Airbnbs more than hotels. A lot of times when people want to go somewhere, they're looking up Airbnbs before the hotels. They don't want to pay the hotel price no more, and you can cook your own food to cut that money down as well.
Right.
The problem with some of the Airbnbs is the location.
Yes.
It's the location, and a lot of these Airbnbs, they're houses. They're people's houses. You want to this is a whole lot. There's so many. There's so much for this to take effect. This is just a stepping stone. They haven't even finalized this.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning in all aspects.
Right.
The people gonna have to fight that.
I mean, just think of it. You know, I remember I was in Richmond, I think last year. Was it Richmond? I don't know. I was in Richmond last year. Airbnb was in a sketchy area. It was in a sketchy area. It was just like, oh, okay.
Let's be clear. From now on, pretty soon, I expect Airbnb to be a name of a horror movie. Because y'all are somebody's attic, somebody's basement, somebody's guest house, and some of y'all ain't surviving.
Right. You know, it's I don't know.
My ass is going to a Hollywood.
I was looking at the hotels in Rhode Island, and there was one hotel that was like maybe $40 cheaper for the night. And I read the reviews on booking.com, and it was just like, in all caps, this place is not safe.
That's why I was cheap. You got your money's worth.
Yeah, I was just like, I said, this is crazy.
You got your money's worth. It's cheaper for a reason. It's cheaper for a reason. A lot of places I don't go, and I tell people I'm not going because I ain't got the money. How much is it going to cost? I look at the cost and I look at the location. Every city I go to. The location. Yeah, every city I go to, I'm checking it out. I'm checking it out. Just because it's cheaper don't mean it's better. You got more bang for your buck, but you might get banged on for your bucks, okay?
That is true. That is true. Can't argue there.
Oh my goodness.
Doing the fixes in Motel 6s when they were safe. I know better now. Don't go no cheaper than a Holiday Inn for everybody out there.
Student loan interest resumes with payments due on October 1st. Joe Biden said that.
The whole Biden presidency was based on student loan forgiveness. And this is the destruction of his presidency right here.
There you go. 3 years later.
Straight
3 years later. And they've taken out certain pockets of they haven't forgiven student loan across the board, but certain, if they're like a specialized school. If they're like a specialized school, like an ITT or like beauty school or
trade school, I trade vocation schools like that.
Yes. Yeah. So it's I don't know. It's just that right here. That's gonna come back.
There are specifications in the bill that they won't elaborate on. This is the whole basis of his presidency: student loan forgiveness, and it hasn't been done for some reason or another. They don't want to forgive student loans. It looks like they want to keep the people in debt. They go to college, get a higher education, get a better job. We're gonna give you a better job because we're gonna give you a higher bill. Right? You don't want to forgive student loans.
Yeah.
You don't want to send all that money over there.
I'm out.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's true. It's true. They don't want to do that.
No student loan, but you want to send all that money over there.
Yeah. And you see, everything in the medical field is decreasing. People trying to get into that is not like what it used to be.
No, it's not. And I'm not picking no side. I'm not picking no political party. I'm not picking no one person. I'm going to talk to all of y'all up there. Y'all don't want to pay student loans, but y'all want to send all that money over there. And everybody is talking about it. Both constituents of both political parties and the independents are talking about y'all's asses.
Yeah. Yep.
You want to bill us, but give your money to them. Let's just be clear.
Yeah.
I will go deeper, but this ain't my show.
Sending billions away, man. Billions.
This ain't my show. I will go deeper, but this ain't my damn show. I'm already down to 2.
Oh,
he took it there.
I'm already down to 2.
We're going to Periscope. We're going to Periscope mode based on that.
Periscope mode. Oh my god.
Yo, we're going to Periscope mode based on those comments.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's.
I know you're over your time. I got to ask y'all this. There are people doing Twitter Live. I don't see how they're doing it. When I say Twitter Live, I mean Twitter Live. No StreamYard, no Restream, no Edmugs, no Flink, no none of that. They just Twitter Live. I don't see how people are doing it.
You don't see how people are doing it?
No. Like I told you could do it on your mobile. I don't see how to do it on mine.
Okay.
I don't think I know how to do that. I don't know.
Apparently, you could do it on your mobile when you try to just. I don't see it. I don't see the option.
Yeah, there's supposed to be like a feature on.
Supposed to be.
In your
I don't
post,
see it.
in the lower right hand corner where you can go live. Supposedly.
I see hit record, photos, GIF or GIF, however y'all want to pronounce it. Poll questions. I done hit the plus. Add another post. I don't see go live.
I don't know, man. Since we talking about Twitter and
Excuse me, X.
No, I'm calling it Twitter. I'm not calling it that. I refuse to call it that.
You
name.
from the Bronx, I understand.
10.
Yo, man, they want me to get that blue check mark, man. They tempted me to get that blue check mark, man.
The numbers be fluctuating. I actually got it last week because I was working on the monetizing, but the followers dropped, and that's them getting rid of those crazy accounts or the people pulling out. And I'm good.
Yeah.
If you add it from your computer, not from your. It's two different prices.
I heard that.
It's two different prices.
Yeah.
Add it from your computer.
Wait, didn't we go through something like that before?
We talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's an app that did that before.
Add that feature from your computer, not from your mobile. It's a $3 difference.
Oh, you know what it was? It was Haps with the coins. That's what it was. When you made the purchase on the coins between doing it on the computer and doing it on your phone. That's what it was.
I didn't see a difference.
I had that.
It's a big difference.
I had the issue.
I didn't see a difference.
I know it was crazy. I had that issue.
I still miss Haps.
I miss Haps though. I miss the hell out of Haps. Yeah. But that was something.
We don't go a week. We don't go a week without talking about Haps.
I know, right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
I behaved. I behaved.
Oh,
don't make me bring it back. I'll come on right after this.
Yo. Oh my God.
I will come on right after this. I promise you.
And go live.
All I gotta do is push a button.
Just go live.
Yo, it's raining right now over here.
We had a little bit of rain.
We had a full-on thunderstorm.
I don't know if that hurricane's gonna hit the States, but that's gonna be a bad one.
Yeah.
Yo.
Hurricane already hit Florida.
No, it ain't hit Florida yet. It hasn't hit the.
I think they had one previously, or a storm that had hit Florida.
That was Idalia. That one came through here. We only got rain and wind, a little bit of wind, a little bit of drizzle. It wasn't as bad as it was when it was in the Gulf when it hit Florida. But this next one's going to be bad. I don't think it's going to hit the States. Based on the weather pattern that's in the way and the way they got it projected, it may just stay in the Atlantic.
Because folks over there, I have one of my church members over there. She's like, yo.
Damn, I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Yeah. Freaking, she talking about that Florida done tripled up on insurance.
That's why I won't move down there. I will not move down there. The minute it hits the Gulf, it's going to be Cat 3 damn near.
She said it tripled. Yeah. I said, what? She said, my car insurance.
Everything.
Home insurance. I said, what?
Everything. That whole, and if somebody, and Ted, I know we're running over, I apologize. That whole panhandle on west coast of Florida, Always
You
remember.
talking about like Panama City?
No. Yeah, Panama City is the upper part. That whole Emerald Coast, which would be the Panhandle, and then you go down the west coast of Florida, down Tampa, Fort Myers, and all of that ain't safe no more. Because the minute something goes inside that Gulf of Mexico, watch the pattern over the past few years. Once it goes inside the Gulf, it'll be Cat 3. There may have been 3 or 4 from that did not do it, but for the most part, once they get in there, that water's warm, you can hang it up.
Yeah,
you can hang it up. I remember when Panama City got hit. I worked down there for 2.5 years. It went right over the damn base. I got scared.
and that joint gets messed up. No insurance kicks in, whatever, and then the folks just come in real quick and rebuild with the quickness.
But the crazy part is the specifications on the insurance. You may not even be covered even though you have insurance.
That's one of the things that
you gotta go through the laws like that movie John Q. I got insurance, but it ain't enough.
Yeah.
I got a friend of mine. She was in the storm, I think it was a year or two ago, last year. It messed her up. She had the insurance, but there were certain specifications which she couldn't get everything that she was supposed to.
They say you can't even do that. And it's like, yo, I already put hundreds of thousands up in my insurance. That's nice. That's nice. Read the line. Yep.
This way, like if the storm come from the west instead of the east, we ain't gonna cover you. Shit like that.
Right.
I'm like that. That's unbelievable.
Yes.
But it's there.
Yes.
Crazy.
And I'm being real with y'all, man. Y'all be careful. Like
insurance.
This Hurricane Lee, there's only one path that showed it coming toward the state of Florida. The rest of them is kind of curving along the coast, and they pretty much won't even get the eye of it. If that one curve, if it goes inside that Gulf,
gone. Damn.
I predict evacuations.
That's horrible.
Even for me, and I'm inland in my state.
Yeah.
I predict evacuations.
Wow.
I'm probably going to be going wherever I can afford, because I can't afford to go nowhere right there now. I just can't. Might go up in the mountains or something.
The only thing I say to that is there's 2 websites. No, it's just primarily one website. For emergency preparedness, there's ready.gov.
Yeah.
They just provide you, ready.gov provides you with detailed descriptions and emergency preparedness advice on disasters.
Those
it launched
cats
20 years ago.
We had a little bit of thunder and everything earlier. We had lightning wave 5 on the job, but it just got dark. It didn't really hit.
Yeah.
And it was south of my
Joe,
location.
can I ask you one question before we wrap up? What is up with all of those double and triple parked cars in the Bronx?
Bro, no parking, man. Every time you see one place, every time you see one place, it's like, one place is gone. They build like 1 or 2 places in its space. You go to a residential area, little homes over here. They knock it down. They build something there for no reason. Parking's gone. You got double, triple parking. And those cops can't wait till you come out your vehicle if you double park. So they can slap that ticket and say, have a nice day.
Ted, they've been triple parking since we was kids.
Yeah, man.
I know.
But they have no mercy for the churchgoers either, bro.
Bro,
I
was up there last year. We went to church. We had a double park to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It's a miracle if you don't get a ticket on a Sunday. It's like that. I'm like, they have no mercy now, man.
The church I went to in the Bronx, they had to give you, they had printed out pamphlets. They said, put this in your, in your
windshield. In your windshield,
yeah. Put it in the windshield. They was like, they may spare you. It was crazy.
I'm like, what? People park next to have to park next to a fire hydrant because there's no other spot to park at. And sometimes a cop will look and be like, all right, that's cool. I'll let you buy a Sunday. But some of them, nah. Take your ticket. Have a nice day. Pay that $115, damn it. And just go on. It's like, relax. It's Sunday. It's Sunday.
Like you get a ticket, put on your windshield. Lord, forgive me for my sins.
Word. They sprinkle water in their hand. Take that.
Yeah.
You're like, yo,
The holy
I'm
Evian,
like,
the
come
holy
on,
Vasana.
man. I'm like, come on, man. They just be wilding.
It's not a game.
And it's everybody be wilding. Even if you parking in a certain spot, people come out. Oh, you can't park there. You can't park there. Why?
You'll find out about 10 minutes. Go ahead and park there if you want to.
Go ahead and park there.
Yeah.
Park there.
It don't even be their driveway. They be like, yo, don't park. No, I mean, not even in the driveway. That's one thing. Like, if I know if it's somebody's driveway or something like that. But they just park in some little corner or something like that. Oh, don't park there. Don't park there. I'm waiting for somebody to come park. They're not here now. I'm going to park there. Oh, I got something for you. Yeah. Then your tires get slashed. Your window get broke. You got to scratch.
Yeah, you're missing the radio.
Or they call you a boot. Yeah, or your car towed. And you're like, wait a second. I got nothing to do with you. Well, you there? Nah, man, get out of here.
You said, well, you there?
Yeah. Oh, man. It's a mess. It's a mess.
My goodness.
That's how people are these days, man.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's unfortunate.
Hey, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Mr. B, best ways of getting in contact with you and following what you do on a weekly basis?
Yep. I'm on the app formerly known as Twitter. You see, Mr. Ted got my app right there. New Year, same beat at Mr. B 1986 on the app formerly known as Twitter. You can ask me questions. I tweet and retweet stuff. You can catch me on this app called OK Live. Whenever you're trying to watch fights, I'm on there. I watch fights. I got commentary with it. My own commentary. It's hilarious, but it's educative too. But yeah, man, check that out. And I'm on streams, broadcasts with these guys. These guys right here. These two. I'll be trying to join more in the Bell Kings. But yeah, that's what's happening, man. I'm gonna try to be more active on the Bell Kings.
You be in church. You can't be managed. You be in church.
Yeah. But I'll try to come in when I can, you know what I mean? I'll be there. I stay linked up, yeah.
We need a prayer. Go church. we be on your mind. That's all the Lord knows. We be on your mind. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you're a mess, man.
He's down there thinking about them again. Lord have mercy. Let me hold this broadcast.
That was me on Sunday. I said, y'all gotta get this joint. And then I'm doing something. And then I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, the draft.
Right. Shout out to everybody who hated on the draft and my organizations and my mishaps and my flaws, but I appreciate the assistance.
Yeah, man. It was good, though.
Definitely. Tony D, where can we find you?
Where can you find me? It's that simple. Y'all can find me, the Random Multi-Broadcaster. You can find me on Linktree, TonyD.original. I'm going to take it easy. You can find me on TikTok, TonyTon19723. You can find me on Instagram, Twitch, Rumble, and Clapper, TonyTon72. You can find me on Twitter. You see it at the bottom, TonyTon163. Find me here, Late Night Parents, my man Ted Hicks. Way to follow the show, latenightparents.com. You can find me on the Sunday Night Smoke podcast, my man Ace World, Sunday 7:30-ish when he comes on. You can see me when I do my own broadcast. Once again, that's the Random Multi-Broadcast. You can also see Bell Kings Fantasy Football League Sunday mornings. Look for me around 10:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight. I know that's early for a lot of people on the West Coast and the other time zones, but I try to get it in about an hour and a half before the games start. Do your little rundowns, put your news on. I know a bunch of us do fantasy football. We got to look at the numbers, check the injury reports, all of that. So I'll try to be a little bit courteous to what they have going on. I should be here this Sunday with no problem. Week 1 has started as of tonight. It has started. So we here. The drafts are done. The league is set. We're down to 10 members. I had to let go of 2. One was voluntary. The other one, I had to do it. And I do apologize in the event that person sees it because I had to make a decision last moment. That's my fault. What else we got? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm down to broadcast. Now I have some time on my hands from what I've been told. But I'll still be up. Appreciate you, Ted, as always.
I'm going full Periscope for the close of the show.
I'm not. These Periscope, I used to be on Periscope, but I'm more haps than anything. I keep my camera on.
Oh
We
man.
want to thank Shady, Jay West,
Word.
General Mike Patton,
Word.
Carmen,
Yes, sir.
Sweet Pea Leslie,
Word.
Yep.
and our archive listeners and the people that are going to watch the YouTube and people that will just hit us up to say whether or not they enjoyed it or you guys suck, but whatever.
We don't suck. You got to catch up to us.
Right.
Hell is wrong with y'all, suckers.
Oh my God. Good seeing Bernie too. Big
Good
Bernie.
seeing Bernie.
Bernie was here. Leslie was here. Hella was here.
Yep.
Helen.
Yes.
Shout out to Helen. Good seeing Bernie. Haven't seen in a minute.
Big Bernie.
Burn. Feel the burn. Brian,
Whoa.
you were here spiritually.
They be killing me, JoJo. I'm sorry. I'll be watching that mess.
Oh shit.
We got to get one of those deals. I don't know what we got to do. Damn.
Word, man.
Oh my goodness. But yeah,
Hey,
we're
everyone
out.
killing me.
Peace. Appreciate you, bro.
Nah, y'all.